All right, let's talk about Ant-Man. And
Why should I care?
Well, why should I care? Ant-Man, when did he come out?
Ant-Man came out, his first appearance was in Tales to Astonish number 35 in 1962.
All right, how many incarnations of Ant-Man has there been? Or how many people have
At
been
least
Ant-Man?
At least three.
Three-ish, yeah. You have Hank Pym, who's the original Ant-Man, Scott Lang, and a guy named Eric O'Grady.
Scott Lang is the one that's going to be featured in
the
Marvel's
movie.
Cinematic Universe.
In the comics, which one is the most famous?
Hank
Pym.
What makes him the more famous out of the other two?
He's an original
Avenger,
and he also created Ultron.
He's also infamous for slapping his wife around.
Yeah, he was a wife abuser. He was also a couple of other superheroes. He was Giant Man for a while. Goliath, Yellow Jacket, and for a little bit took on the role as Wasp, which is weird.
Okay,
Well,
so
I wonder why they're going with the Scott Lang instead.
yeah,
I do too.
Because Hank Pym didn't create Ultron.
so Hank Pym
They don't
In the
need
movie.
him.
created Ultron, so therefore,
But that's where Michael Douglas is going to be in the movie, though.
Yeah.
so he might be playing him, and then we got Scott Lang, who's going to be the new character in there.
Yes.
Okay, what are some of his villains that he fights?
Ultron.
Well, pretty much anyone in the Avengers fight.
Yeah.
He doesn't have like his own villain like that.
Egghead.
Hank Pym is a lot more like Mr. Fantastic in that he's more of a scientist that became a superhero. So like he's on the Avengers and he fights people like that, but he's more into the science.
Yeah, it's Egghead, Dr. Claw,
Yeah.
a couple other people.
Dr. Claw.
Not
Like
Inspector
Inspector
Gadget,
Gadget,
Dr. Claw.
Dr. Claw.
No, not that cool.
All right, what are some of his superpowers?
He invented something called Pym particles that allows people to change shapes. So the Wasp, who's in comics, can also do the same thing. He can get small when he was doing Giant Man and stuff like that. He could get bigger.
He can retain his human strength, his human size strength when he's in his miniaturized form too.
Yeah. So if he punches you, it's like a real person punched you.
Okay, so when he's shrunk down, still there.
Yeah.
And he can also grow extremely large, right?
Yeah, up to I think it's 20 feet tall.
Something like that. He
Does he
also
still retain his human strength, or does he get stronger?
Gets stronger.
yeah. So he also like I said was he's a scientist, so he has a helmet that can telekinetically.
Telepathically.
Is it telepathically or is it pheromones?
It uses
That he can create
pheromones to
Okay.
communicate with ants
with
and other
insects and stuff like that.
For the money, why do you think they're making him into a movie?
For the money.
For the money.
Hey,
Exactly.
The answer
They
was
made a
in the question.
raccoon, a talking raccoon, and a talking walking tree into a movie.
I really don't know why.
What can't they do at this
That was
point?
an assembled team. Here goes one guy carrying a
Yeah.
whole movie.
I don't really know why Ant-Man himself gets his own movie. He seems like a guy that would be better in a like
Seems secondary.
Avengers, yeah. And I mean we'll see, and maybe they'll be able to introduce a lot of other fun things in this. Scott Lang, Hank Pym seems way more important than Scott Lang, but Scott Lang's the main one that's going to be the person in this. And
Well, all of the important stuff that Hank Pym's done, they're going to tie the Pym particles, I'm sure, to Michael Douglas's character in
Yeah.
the movie. And then creating Ultron has been moved to Tony Stark and Bruce Banner in the new movies.
yeah. Scott Lang essentially was just a thief who stole Ant-Man's powers and everything to kind of save his daughter had a heart condition, and so he was a thief and gonna steal stuff to like help her and all. And then we see that you're a better man than just a thief. So he's like that kind of redemption story.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's done a lot of stuff too. He's also worked for Stark Enterprises as a security chief and as a electrical engineer.
He was on the Fantastic Four and the leader of the Future Foundation.
Yeah,
For a
he
while.
led the Fantastic Four for a while too.
If
He
I
dated
wanted,
Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
if I wanted to read a story arc that had him involved in it, is there one that you would automatically go to, or you can,
2,
Okay, lay him down.
Avengers Disassembled
Mm-hmm.
and Children's Crusade.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's Ant-Man, and that's why you should care.